I got a question from one of my students named Jordan the other day, and it says, I never know what to do when I get to the drop of my song. I can make awesome melodies and chords and make cool sounds, but when I get to the drop, I have no idea what to do and I just go blank. How can I make amazing drops with ease? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can generate amazing drops and full-length songs with ease without overthinking it ever again. The real problem that a lot of amateur producers have is that they have these little skills like chord writing, melody writing, and a little bit of sound selection and sound design skills, but they simply don't know how to use them correctly, and when it comes time to write a drop or a full-length arrangement of a song, they just resort 100% to overthinking. And I want to show you in today's video that it's really not worth overthinking, and sometimes if you can write a chord progression and a melody, that the answer to all your questions is actually already there. You simply have to know how to use the musical elements that you've already written. So let's go ahead. I have a piano loaded up here and I'm going to write a nice set of chords for you guys. We have our bass line here. Let's go ahead and put it up an octave, and then I'm going to copy and paste it again. And I'm using key commands Command R to make the notes duplicate like that. Let's put these a fifth up, or in other words, 7 semitones up from these bass notes here. I'm just going to invert this chord here just because it's a leaner sound and I like the sound of it. Now what I want you guys to realize is that if you can write a simple yet effective chord progression like this one, that the idea of your song is practically done. Now I get that it's not written yet, but we can picture now what the entire song is going to sound like. So what I'm going to do now is write a nice melody that couples well with this set of chords. And this is a vocal chop melody. I used a vocal on splice and I dragged it into EXS24 sampler. And it just sounds like that. So now we have a melody where the first two bars duplicate, and you know what I like to do with my melodies? I like to close them at the end of the melody so that they are not the exact same. I'm going to take that note away too. Make a couple of these bends by overlapping them. So here's where this video gets interesting. Something that I've learned from listening to countless songs by Martin Garrix is a lot of his songs use only one chord progression and one melody. The way he keeps those chords and melodies interesting is with the strength of the sounds he is using. So if we look at our project, we have a nice soft piano with a nice soft vocal chop that would work great in the intro or beginning of our song. And if we think about what Jordan was saying, he says he can make a nice chord progression of melody, but he has no idea what to do when it comes to the drop. But what I'm going to show you is how you can simply take the same notes that you have here and just use stronger instruments, and you can come up with a really amazing drop. So let's go ahead now and listen to these same chords dressed up in some fancy, strong synths. So here's our piano chords, but here's a more exaggerated, stronger version of those chords that we could use in a drop. Same chords. Different sound. If we throw in some big hard drums, we get an even stronger sound. But watch this. What happens if we bring in the same melody from earlier that we have right here, in a bit stronger version of that melody with some distortion and OTT. We get a stronger, harder sound that would work great for a drop. Now if we unleash a fat sub bass and add a nice brass stab, your chords and your melodies just got stronger. And remember, they are the same simple melodies and chords that we used in the intro of our song. And right there is how you can use a single chord progression and melody and translate it through the entire length of your song. So if you want to learn more about making chords, melodies, and arranging songs and doing sound design, mixing, and mastering, come join me in my EDM bootcamp. I left a link for you in the top of the description of this video, so click that link and come join me in the bootcamp. I look forward to meeting you, and stay tuned for next video.